we'll move on to your best bets. And incidentally, we're still running our double the odds on podcast best bets. If you don't have a Matchbook account and you do want to have one set up, this is a perfectly good way to get involved in the Matchbook betting exchange. Up to £50 in cash, double the odds on either Adrian or Mark's best bet this weekend. And those extra funds will be in your account on Monday morning. Adrian, Manchester City away to Forest. Again, we haven't covered. We obviously covered City at the top. And you expect them to kick on and get a good win against Nottingham Forest?
I do. I think now that they've beaten Arsenal, they've built up a little bit of momentum. A good win against Aston Villa. I just don't see them throwing that hard work away at the City ground. Now, the City ground on paper looks really awkward, doesn't it? Lots of sort of 1-0 wins for Steve Cooper's side, who have proven they can grind it out. But you look at their record against the top six, and albeit a lot of the games have been away from home this season, but Forest haven't scored a goal against the top six side all season. And having seen City in the flesh last night, they've got the bit between their teeth. There's something about them, and if providing Pep gets them at it and doesn't do something stupid, I would expect them to go to Forest and win, whether Haaland starts or not. Haaland's pace and power could be too much for McKenna or Worrell or Bolly. These guys, I think they might find the going tough, and even if it's Alvarez, his sharp movement might not be ideal for those centre backs. If you look at Man City's record against bottom half sides, it stacks up 10 wins and 2 draws so far this season. No defeats for City against sides in the bottom half. And then you flip it around and look at the matches they did win. What sort of games were they? Well, most of them are quite high scoring, actually. 13 of Man City's 16 wins have gone over 2.5. And when you think that they're available at 1.35 just to win the game, and then you've got a 13 out of 16 record at going over 2.5, you get a big old jump, don't you, to 1.96, in my opinion, almost even money. So that's the way in, I think, for Manchester City at the City ground. I fancy them strongly to just have too much quality, too much class for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, it looks on first glance a big price, 1.96. Similar price for you, Mark. Middlesbrough home to QPR. We outed you as a QPR fan last week. You made it pay. It's a pity you didn't have a chance to get them at home to Sunderland, considering they lost 3-0 in the week. So where are you at right now with QPR as a QPR fan, firstly?
I don't know where to begin with that, to be honest.
On his knees,
yeah. I mean, it's pretty grim, to be honest. Beaten at home by Millwall, improved performance against Sunderland, and I think that's what's we actually were all right against Millwall, but improved against Sunderland. But just everything's going against the club right now. A missed penalty to get back into the game, and then players almost downing tools in the last 10 minutes and allowing Sunderland to run away with things. Now, of all the venues you want to go to in your next trip on this miserable run of form, I think going to the Riverside to face Middlesbrough is definitely one of the most daunting. A Borough team whose underlying process under Chris Wilder, not just last season, but even the start of this campaign, was actually really strong. And he suffered from a bit of negative variance at the beginning of the campaign, was removed from his post. Michael Carrick's come in, picked up the pieces, basically sustained Borough's really high performance levels and standards and underlying metrics, improved them in places, made a few tweaks, and he's just enjoying a great spell of positive variance, and the unmeasurable kind of belief and momentum and confidence and consistency has all kicked in, really, and it's made them a really formidable beast at the minute. They've won 12 of 15 since the start of November. No team's won more points in that sample. They scored twice more in 12 of 15, including going away to Sheffield United on Wednesday night and winning 3-1 with a really clinical performance. They've got two of the hottest properties in the final third in Chuba Akpom and Cameron Archer. They've won 5 on the spin at the Riverside as well. Just a team all moving in the right direction with real belief. And I think they will make a real consistent and concerted effort to finish in the top 2, despite the points deficit right now. As for Rangers, we're sort of dropping scarily towards the bottom 3. If we don't put our socks up soon, we will be involved in that battle. As I said last week, since the topping the table on the 22nd of October, Rangers have won 1 in 16, taken 9 points and scored only 8 goals in those 16 fixtures. Neil Critchley's had absolutely no reaction from his players whatsoever. There's talk he would be or could be sacked after this match at the weekend if results don't go our way. There's injuries affecting both boxes. The bench was down to the bare bones in midweek. And yeah, it's looking very bleak at the minute for Rangers. So yeah, I think this is easily nat material for me. It was Middlesbrough -3/4 on the Asian handicap at 1.95. Since Middlesbrough beat Sheffield United on Wednesday night, that price has been swallowed up quite quickly. I see it's only 1.78 right now currently, but the way in which we can get around that is actually by backing Middlesbrough to win and over 1.5 goals, which is 1.95 on the Matchbook site. Basically backing Middlesbrough to win by any scoreline that's not 1-0. We're getting paid out almost even money. As I say, they scored 2 goals and more in 12 of 15 since the start of November. No team has earned more points in that time, and QPR have earned the second fewest during the same sample as well. So form team against a team bang out of form should be a routine home win.
Okay, yeah, we're locking in Middlesbrough and over 1.5 goals at around 1.95 to beat QPR.